Hey, this is Helen Paradise from SoCal, and you are listening to the Barbecue Central Show.
So to get that perfect barbecue, you use wood. Are you sure it's safe? Whatever. We put the lighter fluid on, strike the match, and... Oh, should we call the fire department? That might be a good idea.
Welcome to the Barbecue Central Show, the show where we talk about all things that are important in the world of barbecue. From big-name interviews with competitors on the barbecue circuit, grill manufacturers and pit makers, to advice on cooking brisket and ribs. You'll find it all right here on the Barbecue Central Show. Your host, Greg Rempe, is a backyard barbecue and grilling fanatic and loves to talk about his passion, which many of us share together. You can learn more about barbecue and grilling by visiting the website, thebbqcentral.com. Now, let's get in the smoke. Here's your program host, Greg Rempe.
Hey, gang, welcome to another edition of the Barbecue Central Show. That's right, it's the show that talks about all things important to the world of barbecue and grilling, broadcasting live and direct from the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame city of Cleveland, Ohio. Dare I say, rapidly becoming known as the barbecue capital of the North Coast. I'm your program host, Greg Rempe. Happy to have you aboard here on a Tuesday. Lots of great stuff lined up for you this evening for your outdoor live fire cooking and grilling and barbecuing pleasure. Contact information in case you want to get in touch with the show tonight. Two ways to do it. You can dial toll-free as usual, 877-448-0433. You can also email the show if you would like to. Greg at thebbqcentralshow.com, 877-448-0433. Greg at thebbqcentralshow.com. And here's what's happening on the agenda tonight. Coming up in about, roughly 13 minutes from now, we're going to be joined by regular monthly contributor to the show, a guy that has one of the coolest jobs pretty much ever, Derek Riches from About.com. We're going to be breaking down some new items to go over as far as what's hitting the retail market for us to spend our discretionary dollars on when it comes to accessory accoutrements for the grills and barbecues. But also, he has a Reader's Choice Award that he would like to talk about, too. So I want to talk about what is up for vote and how you as listeners, because if you're a fan of this show, you're going to be a fan of Derek's blog at bbq.about.com. And you can take part in voting for that and seeing how that goes. So Derek Riches is going to be coming up now roughly 12 minutes from now. After that, we're going to be joined again by another monthly contributor to the show, Robin Lindars, a.k.a. Grill Girl. She is a venerable food blogger and does a lot of cool stuff out there on the grill. Of course, trying to promote and give that message out to the ladies that it's also not just a man's domain anymore. You can be out there, whether it be at a barbecue pit or a grill, and do what you do. So she's going to be sharing some recipes. Maybe you didn't know that the Super Bowl is coming up this Sunday. So she'll give some tantalizing recipes out there for you to try out. Maybe you're hosting a party, and probably give us some party tips as well. She also had a first go at the Big Green Egg, doing ribs with her dad over the past weekend. So I think it might be kind of interesting to get her take. Typically, I think she's more either on the charcoal grill or gas grill side of the event, and kind of see how she fared at the low and slow end, especially on a Big Green Egg, which is widely considered to be one of the top ceramic cookers out there. And I typically call that the hybrid of cookers because you can do the low and slow barbecue on the Big Green Egg. It has those ceramics. Once it heats up, especially now, I mean, I don't know where you are, but I'm in, of course, Cleveland, Ohio here. We have a hellacious snowstorm, and from all accounts, you can fire up a Big Green Egg in the weather that we're having now. It's single digits, probably below zero with wind chill, and once you get that thing fired up and ready to go, which doesn't take very long, once the ceramics heat up, it's very hard not to be a fuel it's a fuel miser is what it is, folks. You're not going to race through charcoal like you would normally. If I'm doing an outside cook right now, if I'm on my Weber Smoky Mountain, I can guarantee I'm going to go through a ring of charcoal very quickly because that fire has to burn hotter, has to burn faster in order to keep the temperature that I'm hoping to have it steadied out at that 250, 275 degrees when I'm doing pork butts or ribs or whatever the case may be. Obviously, when you're in the summer, It's hotter out, just ambiently hotter out, so the fire doesn't have to work as hard to keep up that temperature. But when it's colder out, it works double, triple, quadruple as hard as it would have to in the warmer months. And the Big Green Egg helps cut down that. Ceramic cookers in general help cut down on fuel consumption because of how well that once they're heated up, they are able to retain their heat. So we'll get some inside information from Robin Lindar's first go around with the Big Green Egg. And then coming up after that, 4-segment free-for-all, we have a lineup of prizes. Of course, one of the major prizes that's going out now is that Cosmos Q sampler pack. And you get the beef injection, you get the pork injection, you get the chicken soak, and you get the pork soak. Darian uses these products for his own competitive purposes. And, of course, we all know that he is the purveyor of Cosmos Q, and a lot of competition teams and a lot of backyard chefs as well are using Cosmos Q and doing very well at it. So this is your opportunity to see what all the buzz is about, and that'll be the first prize that goes up during the 4-segment free-for-all. And, of course, we know that is hosted by Hall of Fame broadcaster and a man who's currently dead and has been dead for some time, Harry Carey. So that's the 4-segment free-for-all. Coming up after dark tonight, a interview that I just was able to line up literally hours ago. And I've been trying to line this guy up for some time now, and it seems like the stars and the moons have aligned, and I'm able to finally get the guy that is basically the creator, the face, the end-all, be-all of AZ Barbecue, which is AZ is initials or for Arizona. Maybe you didn't know that. But AZ Barbecue, not to be confused with Arizona Barbecue, because that's completely different. I'll have another interview with those people here a little bit down the road, perhaps later in the month. But AZ Barbecue, which is located in Arizona, Mike Ryman is the face of that whole deal. They have a great barbecue forum on the internet. If you're looking for a place to go and hang out and talk barbecue aside from mine, which is at the BBQ Central show, at the bbqcentral.com. That's my forum. But Mike has a great online forum, and he has been really one of the great promoters and event putter honors. Is that a word? Event putter honors? He's a great event putter honor out there in the great state of Arizona. There's really become a hotbed of competition barbecue, and he's really brought a lot of competition, a lot of notoriety to the barbecue scene. Typically, that had been in conjunction with Kansas City Barbecue Society. Needless to say, a falling out of seismic and gargantuan proportion has taken place, and Mike has gone in a completely different direction. I don't know, and we'll get it more from Mike's mouth here in about an hour from now. But I believe he either told KCBS to pound salt, or KCBS kind of banned him from being allowed to sanctioning any of the events through the KCBS rules and judging techniques and all that stuff. And Mike, undeterred, decided that he would go ahead and start his very own competition barbecue scene. And that's what we're going to be talking about an hour from now, how he did it. How are you doing the judging? How you doing? How you training those judges? What are the rules? How many competitions are you going to have? From all accounts, seems to be gaining a lot of notoriety. So I think that's going to be a very interesting topic of conversation coming up in the After Dark segment. So that'll be Mike Ryman. So again, we got Derek Riches coming up here in just a few minutes. Robin Lindar's after Derek talking about Super Bowl recipes and her turn at the Big Green Egg Cooker for ribs with her dad this past weekend. And then rounding up the second hour is Mike Ryman from AZ Barbecue, and that's QUE at the end, barbecue.com. So check him out here during the show and see what it's all about, and then we'll get the insider info on what this whole new competition scene is out there in Arizona. Again, quick reminder about my good friends over at the Barbecue Guru. Look, they've made these automatic pit temperature control devices for like ever. They're the ones that started it, for crying out loud, so why would you look anywhere else? I have no idea. They offer 4 different models of pit temperature control devices to choose from, whether you want a basic cruise control thing that just keeps your pit temperature where you want it to be, all the way up to multiple thermometer temperature gauges and being able to hook up 2 or 3 different cookers at the same time, and you can keep control of it all on your desktop if you want to. You want to geek out, they have the model for you. Plus, they have a host of other products that make your barbecue and grilling life easier. It's quite fantastic, and you got to check them out 2 ways on the inner tubes at thebbqguru.com, or you can call them toll-free at 800-288-GURU. Derek Riches, when we come back, stand by.
You're listening to the Barbecue Central Radio Show. Barbecue fans travel from all over the country and the world to learn the secrets of real pit barbecue from Grand Champion Pitmaster Conrad Haskins. Now take your skills to the next level with a Barbecue Institute Pitmaster class. You'll learn how to make sauces, rubs, and smoke mouth-watering barbecue every time you cook. Your new skills will impress friends and family. Internet forums, blogs, and Facebook are full of success stories from our graduates. Upcoming classes locations include Rock City Rib Fest, Rochester, New York, Lexington, Massachusetts, Lang Factory Test Kitchen in Georgia, Fort Worth, Texas, Fredericksburg, Texas, Houston, Texas, Monroe, Washington, and Kennewick, Washington. For more information, class dates, and contests we'll be competing in, visit www.bbqclass.com. That's bbqclass.com.
This is Brian Mayer, host of Hot Sauce Weekly, and you are listening to BCRN, all barbecue and grilling all the time.
Broadcasting live from the Barbecue Central Radio Network studios in Cleveland, Ohio. You're listening to the Barbecue Central Radio Show. Once again, here's your host, Greg Rempe.
Welcome back, 13 past the hour. I'm your program host, Greg Rempe, and thanks for joining me here tonight. This portion of the show brought to you by the good folks over at D-Dog's Barbecue Rub. D-Dog's offering two new flavors, a jalapeno rib glaze and a Texas-style rib glaze and a jalapeno new finishing sauce, and it's free shipping right now. DDOGSBBQ.com. DDogsBBQ.com is the website offering free shipping. I believe he was down there at Zest Fest, too, marking out. So check him out. Free shipping again. DDogsBBQ.com. And as we all know, D-Dog's Barbecue Rub is better than ketchup. All right, let's go ahead and race over to the hotline, where we'll go ahead and pick up friend of the show, monthly contributor to the show, Derek Riches from About.com. Derek, how are you, buddy?
Good. How you doing, Greg?
Doing absolutely fantastic, Derek. And as always, I appreciate you making time out for the show. And we're going to do what we always do, talk about a couple of cool products that are out there in the market today. If we have that discretionary income to spend, we always want to get your opinion and see if it's worthwhile. But before we got into that, as I had mentioned in the open, you're kind of getting ready to start promoting the Reader's Choice Awards. So why don't you kind of give us a little background about that and what's involved and how we might be able to help you out?
This is just, kind of something fun to put together. Right now I'm taking nominations. People can submit their favorite gas grill, charcoal grill, backyard smoker, competition smoker, barbecue sauce, and barbecue rub. And if they go to my site right now, bbq.about.com, it's kind of right up at the top of the page. Just click on there, fill out a little form, and submit that. And we're taking submissions through Friday, and then I'm going to tally all that up, and we'll actually go to voting in about a week.
So once you get that list whittled down to what we'll actually be voting on, you're like the foreign press of barbecue and grilling, deciphering what's going to be up there. And the votes are tallied, and the winners are picked. What will the winners get from Derek Riches for gaining such accolades?
Bragging rights.
Wow, that is great. I mean, what's better than that? Bragging rights.
Well,
Yeah.
they'll get a lot of
Thank you.
attention.
Did I mishear or did I not hear you say that the favorite barbecue radio show section? Is there something on there about that as well?
I just figured that everyone would vote for you anyway, so what was the point?
Derek,
I'll send you a special award at the end. Huh?
you're a sweetheart, Derek, and I appreciate that. We're talking with Derek Riches. By the way, his website, bbq.about.com, is the place to go. So if you have a favorite grill or smoker or rub or sauce or whatever it is, go ahead and head on over to his website, submit it, and then if your choice is picked, you can also vote for that in the final finishes. And when did you say the awards were going to be posted, Derek?
Voting will run through the first Thursday in March. So then we'll send out big press releases and promo everybody, and you'll be famous.
All right. Well, hey, you'll be famous. We'll have you back on the show to talk about who won and if you think that it's really deserving of winnership. So look for that, everybody, and don't forget to head on over to Derek's website to look for the Reader's Choice Awards and submit your own. So now we'll get back to the topic at hand here, and we like to review stuff and get your opinion on what's good out there in the retail market. We're going to start off with the Carson Rotisserie.
This is an interesting product. It showed up last fall. It's created by this guy by the name of Blake Carson. Lived down in Brazil for a while. He was a meat carver at Denver's Brazilian Grill. And so basically, this is one of these Brazilian-style Churrasco grill units. What's interesting about this is it folds up into a suitcase. I think the comment I had about it first is that if you invited James Bond's weapon maker Q to a barbecue, he'd probably show up with something like this. Big metal suitcase, you open it up, charcoal fired. It's got slots for 7 rotisserie skewers. Just set them in there, and then you can cook up, whatever you want on there. Just plug it into an electrical outlet, and then it runs on charcoal. And, as they describe it, all your favorite Brazilian favorites, the steak and bacon-wrapped chicken and all of those sort of things.
Something you've played around with?
Well, I've seen it in operation, but I haven't gotten one myself to play with. He's listing these things at about $1,000, but selling them for $600 right now. So I'm still working on getting one.
Why the price discrepancy? Just something like an introduction into the market, or?
Yeah, that's what I think he's heading at. It's just trying to kind of saturate the market right now, trying to get some word out. I don't know if it'll actually ever go up to the $1,000 price because, frankly, that's pretty expensive. Even for a unit like this.
Well, you can buy a really good stainless steel gas grill for $1,000 that has a rotisserie burner on the back and a side burner and probably a lot of space. So you're really paying for perhaps convenience and coolness factor in this particular piece?
Yeah, a lot of coolness factor into it, a lot of novelty. But, it's pretty cool if you look at it.
That's the Carson Rotisserie, and that can be found at carsonrotisseries.com. And the other thing that I wanted to hit on, because we'd mentioned this, I forget exactly how many shows it was on prior here that we had you on to talk about it, was the fact that Weber had gone about and redesigned the Genesis grills. And I know you've had some time to kind of tinker around with it, maybe have like that insider scoop as to what the whole deal was.
Well, I actually got mine in today and spent quite a bit of time assembling it. It's not an easy assemble. The real big change is that they've moved the burners around. So the control panel is in the front. The burners run front to back instead of side to side. They've also cut down the BTU output on this one a little bit, and that's partly because they've changed the burners. Instead of being side ported, they're top ported, so the flame is actually shooting straight upward. So it actually makes the cooking surface hotter with less fuel. So it's a more efficient grill.
Are you a fan of the north to south burners now? Changing from east to west, which had really been the trademark of all the gas grills until the development of the Summit series.
Yeah, well, I was kind of like the other arrangement for rotisserie cooking, because I thought it made it one of the best rotisserie grills on the market. But, this is what, all other grills are. This is much more standard. And, the real issue here, the real reason that Weber is doing this is that in the next week or two, they're going to be releasing a set of accessory cabinets that you can now mount onto the side of your Genesis grill. You couldn't do that before because of the way the control panel was set on the side. Now you pop off the side tables, put these extra cabinets on, and put the side tables on the end of that. It's all about accessories.
What kind of a price tag are we looking for the cabinets?
For the Genesis grills, they're going to run $500.
$500?
Yeah.
Holy crap. That's a lot of money, right?
They're also coming out with a line of cabinets for the Summit series. The ultimate edition of that is $3,500 for the cabinetry.
For the cabinetry?
Yeah.
That's like seeming you can buy a Summit grill for $3,500, I think. Or close to it. Yeah,
much less than that. Summit grills start at like $1,500 and run to about $23 or so.
So when we're talking about cabinetry, are we talking about, in effect, like if I can paint a visual for you and everybody else, something that would be like an island grill like you see on the Food Networks or on Outdoor Living, or are we just looking at cabinets hanging off the grill?
Well, the Genesis version are just a pair of side cabinets with shelves inside of them. But the Summit Edition, it has a corner piece. It wraps around. You've got bar seating. It's got a garbage can in there. It's got ice buckets and cooler, all sorts of shelving. It's pretty deluxe.
Well, for $3,500, I would imagine.
Yeah, you'd hope.
Wow. So, let's go ahead and keep with the Weber talk right now. They have also, Weber's coming out with this gourmet barbecue system. I think I might have got an advanced link on a website, so I kind of know what you're talking about already. But for the folks that haven't seen it, give us an idea of what this thing is all about.
Well, this is a new range of accessories that they're selling for the 22.5-inch charcoal grill. Basically, you start with a new type of cooking grate. The standard round cooking grate they had before. This one is actually a two-piece unit. It's a small round one and then a donut that fits into. So you have this donut-shaped cooking grate. You can take out the centerpiece and then you can put in these additional accessories. Right now they have a heavy cast iron searing grate, a large round griddle pan sort of thing, and then a cast iron wok. They're all porcelain-coated cast iron pieces.
Just cool, really functional. Had the chance to play around with them. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I've been playing around with one for about 2 weeks now, and it's pretty cool. It gives you some versatility. Keeps you at the grill instead of having to grill some of this stuff and cook some of that stuff. You can really do a lot more with it. As far as the actual grilling space, the donut piece is only about 6 inches wide around, so it really restricts how much grilling you can do. But one of the things that's great about this is it doesn't take a lot of charcoal to get these pans really, really hot.
That was going to be my question: is are you building the majority of the fire underneath that main cutout spot, or is it still pretty even distributed, or what?
It's pretty evenly distributed. What I would do, if you just want to heat up, if you were going to do the wok, if you just wanted to do that, a good handful of charcoal just directly under that will get that ridiculously hot. If you want to do the grilling in addition to it, just make a standard single layer fire around the whole thing, fire it all up. You get a lot of heat out of this, and it's pretty fun to play with. But we'll see how well it goes.
Price point, what are we looking at for people that are looking to accessorize?
If you want to, the two-piece grill cooking grate itself is about $30. You can get that with the griddle or one of the other attachments in various configurations for about $50. The wok is $50. The griddle by itself is $30, and the searing grate is $30 by itself.
All right, so we're roughly $110 just for the individual pieces themselves, and then $30 on top of that just to get the grilling, that standard or the template for you to be able to switch stuff in and out. Something that you foresee being a success? I mean, it seems like accessories all of a sudden are becoming a lot more of the rage, especially on the grate side of the grill finally.
Yeah, this is kind of where the growth is for this. The Weber Kettle is just, it is an iconic grill, and, it lasts for a decade. So they're not going to sell more of these in North America. I mean, they're going all over the world now, but they're looking to sell accessories, and Weber has basically said that what they see as growth is the accessory market. So look for a lot of accessories in the future. As a matter of fact, they're even talking about doing this kind of great system on their gas grills. Wow! So
it could be transitioning over to the LP side as well. Anything cool that you have coming in you want to share with us that you might be testing out soon?
I'm heading off to some trade shows and getting some stuff together right now, but it's kind of early in the season, and I got a bunch of notes, but nothing's springing to mind.
All right, this is Derek Riches. You can find his website, bbq.about.com, and a quick reminder, make sure you head over there here over the course or the rest of this week and go ahead and submit your Submit your submissions. That could be redundant. Submit what you think is good for grills and barbecues and sauces and all that good stuff, and Derek will tally that, and then if your finalist makes it, that one might head down to win the best of the best out there for Derek's Reader's Choice Awards. Derek, always appreciate the time every month, and we'll look for you again in March.
Yeah, look forward to talking to you.
All right, take care, Derek. There he is. It's Derek Riches. bbq.about.com. Got to love that guy. One of the coolest jobs ever. I still think it's one of the coolest jobs ever that he has, and he gets to travel all around and do all sorts of barbecue stuff. And who wouldn't want to do that? I don't know. I would. Sounds great. I think it's funny because a couple weeks ago was it 2 weeks ago? I had Brad Barrett on from Grill Grade. We talked about a competitor in Man Grade as well. And then he also had mentioned the fact that Weber was bringing out an accessory line. And this is obviously what we had just talked about. I've seen the Weber thing. I think, like anything Weber, there's going to be a certain portion of their customer base that's going to buy it. But you're going to have to go and check it out for yourself and see if it's something that would fit on your gas or your charcoal grill. Or just wait for the gas portion if you're not a charcoal fan. If you're not a charcoal fan, what's wrong with you? Give it a try. Live fire is cool, man. Especially charcoal fire. All right, we're going to step away. When we come back, we're going to be joined by Robin Lindars to talk about Super Bowl recipes and other great stuff. It's Rempy and you right here on the Barbecue Central Show.
The future of barbecue is already here at thebarbecueguru.com. From the amazing guru that monitors and controls the temperatures of any charcoal, wood, or electric pit to the Caldera Tallboy knockdown smoker. Yes, it breaks down and stores flat, yet it's still a robust, sturdy, portable cooker and smokehouse. It also serves as an efficient temperature-controlled convection oven using wood or charcoal. The Tallboy is designed to fit all catering pans and can be used as a warming oven. You can cook in any style you choose. Make ribs, chicken, jerky, vegetables, smoked cheese, whatever you want. Take it to KCBS competitions and unload it from the trunk of your car. TheBarbecueGuru.com is where you'll find the Caldera 3-Bay Caterer. It's stainless steel and uses charcoal or sterno for chafing purposes. And it doubles as a 3-bay sink or wash station with hot water and knocks down in seconds with no tools required for transportation and storage. The future of barbecue is here at thebarbecueguru.com. That's www.thebbqguru.com or call 1-800-288-GURU.
Get in the smoke. Call 877-448-0433 to get on the air. Now, here's your host, Greg Rempe.
Welcome back, 32 past the hour. This portion of the show brought to you by the good folks over at Yoder's Smoky Mountain Barbecue. They make the handcrafted Amish country of Lancaster, Pennsylvania grills and cookers and smokers and chicken grills, and they're just fabulous stuff. Plus, if you go over to their website, which is SeriousBBQs.com, you can opt into some really great email alerts and newsletters, barbecue tips, all that great stuff. Go ahead and check them out. SeriousBBQs.com. You can also find them on Facebook. I have them linked up on my page as well. Laverne Gingrich and the great folks over at Yoder's Smoky Mountain Barbecue. Not the pellet cooker people, by the way. Yoder's. Offsets, baby. The way to roll. All right, the bottom line here, folks, is I'm supposed to be joined by Robin Lindars right now, and unfortunately, she's not up right now. So we're going to be waiting for her. She is, as we say in the biz, officially on the clock right now. So we'll see if she can find a Skype line and jump in here. I've just rifled off an email to her. Usually, I mean, she pretty much count on her to show up. She loves to talk grilling, loves to talk barbecue, all that great stuff. But for whatever reason, maybe it's maybe snow has found its way down to the very tips of Florida. I believe she's out there like in the Keys or something like that. I forget. But nevertheless, it is Robin Lindars, and we'll be hopefully hooking up with her soon. So here's the deal. We're talking about, why not we'll take this phone call. We'll go to area code 760, name and where you're calling from.
This is Tom Emery, the main media whore.
Tom Emery. And barbecue promoter extraordinaire. Tom, how are you, buddy?
Just bailing you out, brother. I was sitting there watching. I said, well, you need a couple minutes. I'll bail you for 2 minutes.
All right. Well, I appreciate that. Tom, I was going to actually just kind of get into some Super Bowl talk and also say that, of course, the big first event, or what many would consider to be the big first event of the Kansas City Barbecue Society's season, kicked off down there in Florida at the Lakeland Pig Festival. Something that you were able to visit yourself, or did you hear back from anybody about it? What were your take on it?
Well, I'm just glad I wasn't running the judge's tent. That's my take on it.
Let us in. What's going on? Let us in.
Well, brother, there's video all over the web. I guess apparently there were some questionable calls, so it's not been decided yet how exactly it happened. But not being a rules expert, I don't know. It just pretty questionable there. We had some DQ'd product, and scores were done in an unusual manner. One could believe that special favors were being played, but I really hope that's not the case. But I'm just talking, it's just speculation. There's no
in order to kind of protect yourself, insulate yourself legally, all you have to do is say what you want to say, and then at the end just say allegedly, and then nothing can happen to you.
Well, allegedly, yeah, allegedly.
Really? Allegedly.
Well, yeah, there was alleged. I don't know, man. There's just there were some questionable decisions, and it was videoed, so it's right up there. There it is. You go, wow, that's not how it's supposed to happen.
So there was a video there was a video camera in the judging tent.
That turn-in table.
Okay.
If you weren't banned from the barbecue, from the alleged barbecue forum, if you allegedly weren't banned from the barbecue forum,
that's not allegedly, Tom. That's not allegedly. I am banned from the barbecue forum.
Okay, well, if you weren't banned, I guess I'd have to be your reporter there. I keep you up to date on that stuff. Yeah, that's it. It's big thing blown out of proportion. Pepe handled it like a pro, and he's a class guy, and it was just a drag the way it went about.
Well,
if I put him in a box and it was going to be DQ'd, I wish they would just tell me on the spot, not give me a phone call later on and tell you, hey, you're DQ'd in that brisket category. That's not the way you want to hear about that. But, he handled it like a real pro. Tuppy's a great guy. Talked to him in Kansas City. Just the nicest guy you can ever meet.
Look, rumor has it that favors were being handed out to those whiskey bent barbecue guys. I wondered how they were able to finish so high in the competition, because I've met those guys in person, at least 2/10 of that team, and all I knew was they were as crooked and dishonest as the day is long. So things
allegedly.
that allegedly, of course, allegedly. No, I'm just kidding. But that's something I didn't actually hear about. So I was chasing Mark Breen to come on, who actually took grand champion of that event, and we weren't able to hook up at the right time, but actually I'm going to have him on next week to kind of talk about it. Now I have something I can do my due diligence because this is something I probably wouldn't have asked him about, and we'll have a better insight. Chances are he might have some more insight onto this, or were a lot of the teams pretty well insulated? What do you know?
Well, Ray would be a good source of information. Of course, Tuffy himself would be, Carolyn. I'm sure Carolyn would come on and talk about it. Right?
No, I can guarantee she won't. Nobody from the Kansas City Barbecue Society likes the Barbecue Central radio show for whatever reason. I have no idea. I don't know.
We were 167 votes short, and I would have definitely come on the show still. Had 167 people voted differently, I would have come on the show still.
Well, you say that now, but it seems like once you actually get in there, things are a little bit different. But I'm sure you would have, Tom. You're a man of your word, and you love the show, and as you said, you're a whore, and you got to be on here just to kind of get the word out. So there's no doubt about it. But all right, so Tom, we're pushing into a Super Bowl weekend. You're a man that is out there on the West Coast, so I would imagine none of your teams made it in there unless you're from originally either Green Bay or Pittsburgh, which I'm guessing you're not. So who do you like and why?
I just like Green Bay because they put up with Brett for so long. Brett's deal, so I'm rooting for them. But Pittsburgh's got a heck of a squad. It's gonna be a good game. I'm a college football fan, Oregon football fan, so we had a great year, except for one play there at the very end. But it was a good year.
Any
great Super Bowl. Some pork loin.
Any special? Oh, I was gonna say any special food or anything you're gonna be doing?
Doing pork loins, man. It's Sunday we do church. I'm on staff at my church, so I'll be coming home and just going to do something quick. So we're going to grill some pork loin and chipotle cilantro glaze on this thing. I'm really looking forward to this. I've never done this one before, so we're gonna roll the dice on Super Bowl Sunday. Try a new recipe.
Hey, got to try it sometime, and why not roll it out on the biggest day of the year, sports-wise, which is Super Bowl Sunday. By the way, this is Tom Emery. Tom, go ahead and promote your website while you're on here.
It's barbecuetime.com. We're just getting we're all dialed in for the Stagecoach Festival. Got my team sold out. Working on a new one. Now we're going to do a contest in Hesperia, California. Fifth time out on that one. And I picked up a huge vending deal in Palm Springs. So we'll be recruiting teams to sell barbecue to the public. There'll be no contest. Just go out there and make some money, because a lot of these guys need to make money so they can afford to come out and play at the contest.
Tom, what about your white sauce and chicken wings?
Brother, that is a dynamo killer. That is a dynamo killer, man. Now, I did that. My first contest, I did red sauce drumettes and white sauce drumettes, right? Because I thought it looked very cool. Well, the KCBS judges didn't quite agree. And thank God for the guy with the Thai peanut butter chicken, because he cushioned my fall to the bottom.
Yeah, he was there to catch you, right?
Second to last. Yeah, he was there to catch me. Second to last.
Wow.
I thought it was good.
Hey,
well, I learned that day. Nothing. No, don't get creative.
I was going to say, you can't stray too out. Not to pardon the pun, you can't stray too far outside the box if you're going to be looking to win a particular category. Yeah, there you go. So, all right, Tom, I'm going to cut you loose because I'm going to run up against it. But I appreciate you helping me out here, buddy.
You got it, partner.
All right,
no problem.
There he is. That's Tom. His website, because he was gracious not to go ahead and really give it out. It's BBQ Tom. It's THOM. Unlike, well, it's like it's Thomas, but he's left off the as for whatever reason in the name, or he's just decided to throw an H in there when 99% of normal Americans that have the name Tom is just TOM. I don't know. That's the next interview I have with Tom Emery is going to be, what's the deal with THOM? That's what it's going to be. All right, gang, it's time for the fourth segment free-for-all coming up out of the break. So your chance to win fun and succulent prizes to showcase, of course, that Cosmos Q chicken and pork soak, also the beef and pork injections. So stay tuned for that. 877-448-0433. Greg at the BBQCentralShow.com. Stick around. We'll be right back.
You're listening to the Barbecue Central Radio Show.
Forget going from site to site to get all of your barbecue and grilling supplies, and make your first and final stop at fredsmusicandbarbecue.com. In the market for a new barbecue pit, we have all the big name brands like Big Green Egg and more. As a matter of fact, Fred's is staffed by eggheads and carries all the parts and egg accessories for the Big Green Egg. More of a pellet head, you say? Fred's is the pellet grill superstore with grills in stock from Traeger, Green Mountain, and Country Smokers from Louisiana Grills. Fred's also carries smokers from Cook Shack, Bradley, and Weber, as well as a full line of charcoal grills. And once you're outfitted with your new smoker or grill, you'll find absolutely everything you need to make your barbecue or grilling experience a success. Fred is also the creator and distributor of Tasty Licks barbecue products, including their great line of rubs, spices, and sauces. You gotta try them. And you can also get your hands on a full lineup of marinades, accessories, lump charcoal, wood chips, pellets, chunks, and even the great grilling tools from Stephen Reichlin of Barbecue U fame. Check out Fred on the web at fredsmusicandbarbecue.com, or check out their fully stocked showroom in beautiful Shillington, PA.
Introducing Cosmos Q. Cosmos Q injections and marinades use only the finest ingredients, and they mix easily, never clotting or caking. From our beef injection to our pork injection, you're guaranteed to wow your friends, family, and judges. And don't forget to check out our Cosmos Chicken Soak for that moist and tender chicken you're gonna love.
And don't forget about Cosmo's new pork soak and rubs.
You can find us at CosmosQ.com and select retailers across the nation. For quality injections, marinades, and rubs, it's Cosmos Q.
Big name interviews, advice on cooking brisket and ribs, and the only host willing to share his honest opinion on all things important in the world of barbecue. It's the Barbecue Central Show.
$46 million? 46 past the hour. Welcome back to the show. 877-448-0433 is the number to call for the four-segment free-for-all. This portion of the show brought to you by the good folks over at the Ribbulator. It's selling off the shelves. Ribbulator.com. Oh, jeez! Things are being thrown at me like crazy.
Get that big stuff out of here.
Where did it go? There's flying plastic spoons here everywhere. This is what I was talking about right here. Holy crap. Almost blew my eyeball out. You have no idea what's happening over here in the store. The store. Studio. All right, so 877-448-0433 for your chance to get on the air and win some fun prizes. The main prize is going to be who is it? Cosmos Q, the pork and beef injections, also the chicken and pork soak. And all you have to do is answer 3 easy questions, either barbecue or sports related, and we can go from there. 877-448-0433. Greg at thebbqcentralshow.com is the email address, in case you're wondering. And let's go ahead and race over to the phone. We'll go to California and welcome Scott to the show. Scott, how are you tonight?
How you doing, Greg?
I'm doing absolutely fantastic, Scott, and thank you for asking. Are you ready to play the game?
Yeah, let's try it out.
All right. Didn't go so well for you last week, from what I understand, but hopefully this week will be better. It's either going to be barbecue questions or sports questions. What would you like to do?
How about barbecue?
All right, barbecue questions it is, Scott, and here's your first question. Just last segment, I interviewed somebody about a bunch of cool products. His name is Derek Riches. Can you give me his website?
Oh, man. No.
Get that big stuff out of here.
Scott. I'm sure Harry Carey would just be going crazy. I know, guys. Look, I'm trying out the Ustream just this time because I can control the what the fuck do you call? Oh, jeez. Oh my God. Sorry. Uh-oh. Oh boy. I mean, yeah. Anyway, I can control the quality of the video, which doesn't make, anyway. Never mind. Area code 402. Name and where you're calling from.
My name's Andy. I'm calling from Nebraska.
Andy, how are you, buddy? You interested in playing the 4-segment free-for-all, Andy?
Yes, I am.
All right, 4-segment free-for-all for Andy in Nebraska. Andy, you have a decision to make. Do you want to talk about barbecue questions or do you want to talk about sports questions?
Let's talk about barbecue.
All right, barbecue questions it is. Andy, first question is this. I had a guy on just this past segment. His name is Derek Riches, and he has a very cool website. Can you give me the website?
The bbq.about.com.
bbq.about.com is absolutely right, Andy. Second question is very simple to get you into that possible third question for winning a prize. Name the best-selling charcoal in the world, Andy.
That would be Kingsford.
Kingsford charcoal is absolutely right, Andy. Third question for your chance to win a prize, and here it is. Andy, typically, grilling is done above what temperature?
Grilling, I believe, is done above $325.
All right, I'll take it. I really had no specific answer to that, Andy, but you win the Cosmos Q Prize. Are you very excited about that?
Oh, that's awesome.
All right, you're going to get the chicken and the pork soak. Also, you're going to get the brisket and the pork, or the brisket and pork injection. So 4 items headed your way. All you need to do is go ahead and send me your shipping info, Greg at thebbqcentralshow.com. We'll get you hooked up.
All right, that sounds great. Thanks,
All right,
Greg.
thanks for calling in, Andy. There he is. Nebraska. I know, Tom Emery, that is a great deal. It used to be you had to only be able to pick one, and now, through the magic of email, and for the fact that Darian knows that this show is a lifeblood of new business, he wants to kind of get that word back out and have everybody try that stuff. So, all right, more stuff to give away. We got a few minutes left here for this segment. 877-448-0433. 877-448-0433. We have El Capitan barbecue seasoning, Santa Maria style. It's one of my favorite. And we also have frog mats. We also have the wild game rub from Barbecue Hooks. We have the wine-infused Oakwood products from Greenleaf Barbecue. They're over there on the West Coast as well. So there you go. You can also email the show if you want. Greg at thebbqcentralshow.com. Look, if you're going to call into the show, you might want to know who my first segment guest was. Just a word to the wise, Scott. Just a word to the wise. All right, area code 972, name and where you're calling from.
Hey, Greg, it's Ronnie. What's going on?
Is this Smoking Ronnie?
Yes, sir.
I'm Smoking Ronnie. What's up, brother? Ronnie, you want to play the game tonight?
Yes, sir.
Barbecue questions or sports questions?
Man, let's go sports questions, and I hope I get this.
Oh, look at this guy. Breaking outside the mold, going sports questions. All right, Ronnie, first question. This should be very easy. This team of the National Basketball Association went winless in January. Name them.
Winless.
Winless. They play here in Cleveland.
Oh,
no. Damn it, Ronnie. Maybe you should know who the worst team in the National Basketball Association is if you're going to call into the 4-segment free-for-all. Just a word to the wise. How do you go from being like the best team ever in the NBA to the suckiest team ever in the NBA, all in one fell swoop in just a matter of months? Because of LeBron James. Unbelievable. I can't believe it. The Cavs did not win. The Cavs did not win one single game this past month. 877-448-0433. And again, you can email the show. You can also Twitter me at BBQ Central Show. If you want, I check the Twitter. I check the Facebook also. Don't forget, coming up here next hour, we're going to be joined by Mike Ryman from AZ Barbecue. Not Arizona Barbecue. No. Them's fighting words. But AZ Barbecue. All right, we'll take one more call here, and then we'll wrap up the first hour. And we'll go to area code 863, name and where you're calling from.
Chad from Lakeland trying to save this thing.
Cheater. Just kidding. Chad, you want to play the game tonight?
Absolutely.
All right, Chad, you want to go barbecue questions or sports questions?
Let's go barbecue.
Barbecue questions it is, Chad. First question. The Lakeland Pig Festival took place this past weekend. Name the team that won Reserve Grand Champion.
Ham Bones by the Fire.
That's right. Ham Bones by the Fire it is. Thought I would throw you off there, Chad. You're much too smart and better looking for that. Question number 2, Chad. There is a huge barbecue event that takes place in the October timeframe, just before the Jack Daniel's World Championship Barbecue Cook-Off. It has 2 portions. Name the portion that only certain members are allowed to go to.
That would be the American Royal Invitational.
The Invitational, that's right. Third question, Chad. Out of all of those great teams last year, 130, whatever it was, for the Invitational. Name the place that Whiskey Bent Barbecue finished.
Wow, that is awesome, Greg. It was out of 132 teams, and they came in 126.
Wow. Oh, Chad.
Can I
Go ahead. Go ahead.
They did finish 33rd. They did finish 33rd out of 490 at the Open.
Dude, I have to say, I'm really taking it on the instant message. I'm just kidding. Look, people, Chad and I go way back to last summer where we threw beers back and had a great time, so he understands where I'm coming from. He knows I'm not coming from a bad place here. Wow. People are really taking me on here. Oh, my God, I think they're going to fist fight me here in a second. Chad, look, you win, so you have a chance to choose from El Capitan Santa Maria-style barbecue seasoning, the frog mats, the wine-infused Oakwood products from Greenleaf Barbecue, or a Wild Game Rub. I know you guys probably shoot boar down there, right?
Absolutely. I'll go with the Wild Game Rub.
Wild Game Rub, that's from the good folks over at bbqhooks.com. So go ahead and shoot me your shipping info there, Chad, and we'll get you hooked right up. Greg at thebbqcentralshow.com.
Sounds great. Thanks, Greg.
All right, thanks for calling in, Chad. Yeah, by the way, I think they turned right around the next day in less than 24 hours and finished 18th or whatever out of 600 teams at the Open. So, give me a break. Back off me. We go way back, way back. That's funny. What's with you people? No sense of humor anymore? Where have we gone? Where did it go so wrong? Do we need to go to counseling, everybody? All right, let me wrap up here, and then we'll take a quick break, and then we'll reset for Mike Ryman. See what the whole deal is with him and the KCBS fallout of love deal. Talk about a divorce. You think Chad and I got problems? You should hear about Mike Ryman and Kansas City Barbecue Society. Thanks to my second segment guest and a monthly contributor at that, Derek Riches. Don't forget, go ahead and race over to his website, bbq.about.com, and start to submit your favorites for grills, sauces, and rubs, and competition barbecue pits, and backyard barbecue pits, all that great stuff, bbq.about.com. And then kind of keep checking back, and once all the finalists are up, you can go ahead and vote for your favorites. Also, my third segment guest, Robin Lindars. Hey, thanks for nothing.
Big stuff out of here.
You'll be hearing from my lawyer, Mrs. Thanks to Tom Emery for filling in and saving my ass on that segment. And thanks to all the people that participated in the four-segment free-for-all. Some of you need to brush up on your sports and who the worst basketball team ever this year is. We will reload with Mike Ryman of AZ Barbecue. Stay tuned for that. Take your phone calls, 877-448-0433. And emails, Greg at thebbqcentralshow.com. Stick around. We'll be right back.